Julie Rader here with the weekly astrological update from September 5th through the 11th. As always, please hit the subscribe button, like, and share the video. Okay, starting on Monday, so those of us here in the US, it will be Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Nice long weekend. However, the moon is going to be in Capricorn. So this Labor Day, we may not feel like partying or doing barbecues or things like that. We may feel like getting a jump start on the work week or something like that. Because the moon will be in Capricorn. Capricorn wants to get things done. The first aspect is going to be a square to Jupiter in Aries, and then a square to Mercury in Libra. So it could be that the moon's in Capricorn, so we feel like actually getting work done or working on projects or whatever it is. However, we've already made plans with other people. So maybe we feel obligated to go to the barbecue, and although we don't really want to, or maybe we decide that we're going to do what is best for us and what we're wanting to do, what we're inspired to do, to get a jump start on the work week or whatever it is. And then we tell our friends and then they're like super bummed about it. So that's a possibility. But either way, do what's best for you. Maybe you find a happy medium. And because we have Juno, the marriage asteroid, the asteroid of soulmates, retrograde in Pisces, making a beautiful harmonious sextile to the North Node in Taurus. This is actually happening on my 15 degrees, which is happening right on my sun. This is an aspect where maybe part of the day we decide to get things done. We pay the bills, we return the emails, we get a jump start. And then part of the day we decide to go on a romantic date, or we decide to go to the barbecue and maybe we meet somebody really interesting. So that Monday, rather than being all or nothing, maybe do a little bit of both. Maybe don't spend all day at the barbecue, get a jump start on the work week. That will satisfy that Capricorn moon wanting to do all of that, but also allow yourself to have some fun too. And if you do the work first, then you'll be able to go there and be happy and feel like you have a jump start on the week and can relax a bit. Then on Tuesday on the 6th, the moon has lots of aspects all day. Capricorn moon, again, everything I talked about before, just be practical, get work done, get things off your to-do list. Great day for budgeting, paying bills, returning emails, just get the business stuff done and off your plate, so that you feel fulfilled and that you feel this sense of accomplishment. Because that night, the moon will be moving into Aquarius at 8:40 p.m. for those of us Pacific time. So get a lot of stuff done during the day that you can. Business stuff. On Wednesday, the 7th, the moon's first aspect will be a beautiful harmonious sextile to Jupiter in Aries. I love this. It's going to be happening, though, for those of us here on the West Coast while we're sleeping. Then the sun in Virgo will be opposing Jupiter in Pisces. So maybe we met somebody or we had this beautiful date on Monday, but then Wednesday, maybe like reality sets in, or there's this person's needs versus your needs, and that needs to be addressed on that day. And then the sun in Virgo makes this beautiful harmonious trine to the North Node in Taurus. This is a grounding energy. Maybe it's like once you talk through it, or maybe it's just you need to like put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and then you see the other person's point of view, and you can be a little bit more practical in how to move forward or the reality of a situation. And then on Thursday, the moon is void, of course, most of the day. This means that the moon is not making any aspects after its last aspect until the next day. Until that night when the moon moves into Pisces. So when the moon is void, of course, it is really not a time to initiate anything. It is a time to rest a bit more. We are really intuitive during that time. It's really interesting. I'm realizing this. I'm actually going to be doing I'm going to be on Good Day LA that morning talking about Mercury retrograde. So if you're in the LA area, tune in to channel 11. I think it's like the 10 o'clock hour or something like that, but I'll post it on my website and social media afterwards. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. Then the moon's void, of course, but often when the moon's void, of course, I feel that I can kind of channel information even easier. But either way, important to, yeah, really be aware of your intuition. I remember Anne Ortley always saying, don't grocery shop when the moon's void. Of course, you end up like eating out all week and not using the food anyway. So I like that. Yeah, just don't initiate anything. Kind of allow yourself to be more intuitive. Do what needs to be done and on what's already in front of on your plate. Then on Friday, the moon's first aspect in Pisces will be in opposition to Venus and Virgo, and then a square to Mars and Gemini. So the moon in Pisces is kicking off with a bang there. And so just be aware of that. It kind of starts off, actually, Friday's a really interesting day. The biggest news of the day is Mercury stations retrograde, and that happens in the evening at 8:38 p.m. So the time that it stations retrograde and the time that it stations direct is when we feel it the most, because it's like the car slams on its brakes or it like propels moving forward again. So it's changing directions at that time. It's happening at Libra at 8 degrees, almost 9 degrees of Libra. And then it will be retrograding back into Virgo, and then it'll go forward again. But so it's going to be retrograde the rest of the month until October 2nd. When Mercury is retrograde, it's more of a time to revisit old projects you've already started working on rather than initiating something new. Kind of the similar, like what I was saying with when the moon is void, of course. It's a similar energy to that. Go inward more. Focus on what you need to redo. Definitely do not overschedule. If your car has not already been serviced and the service light is on, get it in sooner than later. Earlier in the week would be wonderful, even though Mercury's in that shadow period. If possible, not signing any major contracts. If you do need to, have an attorney look over it, reread it several times, dot all your I's, cross all your T's, things like that. Then on Saturday, we have the Pisces full moon happening at 17 degrees. That again is happening. Look and see what you have around that 17-degree mark. For me, it's happening right on my sun. Pretty excited about this full moon. It's happening at 2:59 a.m. and it's going to be happening 6 hours after Mercury retrograde. So it's really interesting because that Mercury retrograde energy is going to be part of this full moon. Go back to your Pisces new moon intentions, which happened, I believe this year was the end of Aquarius. I'd have to look and see. But the Pisces new moon intentions, and see how far you've come. See if you need to revisit and change anything up or revise the intentions you made at that time. This Pisces new moon is sextile, so reactivating, but in a positive way, that Uranus North Node conjunction in Taurus. So again, expect the unexpected. Things can just come out of the blue. Like for me, just being asked to be on KTLA, and so much is triggering my sun. It just shows how astrology works. And I'm Pisces sun, and it's happening, right before this Pisces full moon. Astrology really works. Pay attention to the transits. Pay attention to what's happening. Get to know your chart. Get to know the degrees of what's happening in your chart. I'd love to do a reading if you're interested. If not, just go on something like astro.com and start looking at where is your sun, where is your moon, where are these new moons and full moons affecting your chart. Then on Sunday, finally on Sunday, on the sun's day, sun in Virgo, makes a beautiful, harmonious, easygoing trine to Uranus and Taurus at 18 degrees, and it's an Aries moon. So Sunday, we may have, this is on the 11th, on 9/11, we may have a lot of energy. Utilize that energy, focus that energy in a positive way. Do some exercise, get your energy out in a strenuous way. You will have some energy, so utilize it. Do an activity that makes you sweat and focus it on a project you've been wanting to work on. Well, that is the week in a nutshell. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.